With the hot weather over the next several days, you need to know how to protect yourself. First, the difference between heat exhaustion and a heat stroke. Heat exhaustion, you start to feel faint, maybe a little dizzy. Heat stroke, you have a throbbing headache. What about the skin? Cool, pale, clammy skin, that means you've got heat exhaustion. But if it starts to get dry or you stop sweating, that is not a good thing. You are on the verge of heat stroke. Rapid or weak pulse can be either way. A rapid pulse, your heart rate can pick up. If it's weak, you might have heat exhaustion. If it's strong, it's your body trying to pump more blood and cool you off. And finally, muscle cramps can mean heat exhaustion. Heat stroke can actually cause you to lose consciousness. So know what to do. If you've got heat exhaustion, get cooler. We'll talk about some tips on that. If you think you're having a heat stroke, though, call 911 immediately. Now, part of the problem is in the cities, we have something called a heat island. So if it's 85 degrees across the region, notice downtown can actually be 5 to 7 degrees warmer. A couple reasons for that. One, all of the cars, the buildings, any factories, they're all emitting heat. Two, asphalt and dark rooftops can also retain the heat, and if you have less trees to offer shade, that can allow the sun to heat more surfaces. And so in those downtown or urban areas, temperatures can be 5 to 7 degrees warmer than they are out in the country. We're going to see hot temperatures across the area over the next couple of days. Tomorrow on Tuesday, 102, heat index could get up to 112. Same story on Wednesday. That's why that heat warning goes all the way through Wednesday evening. But even Thursday, as temperatures fall back into the mid-90s, we will still see those feels like temperatures into the triple digits. So what can you do to stay cool? Well, there are a couple of things. One, air conditioning. Get in it, even if it's just for a couple hours a day. And if you don't have air conditioning, know where to go. You can go to the mall, you can go to a public library, or you can go to one of the many cooling centers around the area. We have a list of those on abc11.com. Lots of water. How much water should you drink? The average person with the heat needs about 96 ounces or 3/4 of a gallon of water per day. Easiest way to know is when you go to the bathroom, if it's clear, you're hydrated. But if your urine starts to become dark yellow, you may be dehydrated. You need to have more water. Limit your time outside. If you need to be outside late evening or early morning. Those are the coolest parts of the day. Don't plan on being outside in the middle of the afternoon. Find some shade even if you're outside. Shade can make it feel 5 to 7 degrees cooler than actually being in that sunshine. And finally, check on kids, pets, and the elderly. The #1 group who dies from heat, people over the age of 65. So if you have elderly neighbors, grandparents, or parents, make sure and check on them. Speaking of pets, here's a couple of tips to help keep your pup ready to go. Provide lots of water, double the water they might normally get. That's because they're going to need more water to help stay cool. Check the pavement. If you can't put your hand on the pavement, it's too hot for their little paws. Do not walk them on that hot pavement. Even grass can become very hot in the middle part of the day. Never leave your pet in a car. You might say, well, I left the air conditioning on. What happens if the engine fails or overheats? All of a sudden you're inside and that pup or animal inside the vehicle is in a world of hurt. So never leave them in a car in the middle of summer. And finally, don't exercise during the hottest part of the day. That goes for humans as well as pets. If you can exercise the dog early in the morning, take them for that walk, or late evening, they're going to be much better off. Heat's with us. We're only in June, and we last year saw 100-degree temperatures all the way through August. So stay weather aware. If hot weather's headed in, know what to do.